All right, this is the last match. Number 5, we are 2-2 in our league with Eldrazi and Taxes. We are on the play. And this is a very suspect looking hand. We've got nearly all 3 drops with the exception of Leonin Arbiter and Dark Confidant and 1 land. So we've got to maul, as tempting as it is to keep this one. We could draw a second land and be okay. Oh man, this one is also a little bit suspicious, but we can play an Eldrazi Displacer on turn 2 and hopefully get another land in the meantime. We're going to scry. Okay, that's another playable. Oh, this is tough. I think that we want to put that on top. No, we can't. We can't afford it. We got to put that on the bottom. So we're going to play our Shambling Vent and pass go. Though we can cast the Wasteland Strangler with the mana we have, we don't really have the means to make it like useful. If we were able to play Tidehollow Sculler and then Wasteland Strangler, that's a different story, but currently we just don't have the ability to do so. Okay, Flickerwisp looks really good right now, knowing that we can blink this forest and get rid of that Utopia Sprawl. Or Ghost Quarter looks even better. In fact, I think we're going to do that. Slow him down a little bit. This is likely a deck that plays Arbor Elf and Forest. Now, debatably, maybe getting a creature out first would have been better. It's possible. 1, 2, 3. Displacer and go. This could be like Mono Green Devotion or like the Tooth and Nail deck. Man, I think we're dealing with Mono Green Devotion here. Ah, Leatherback Baloth. 4/5. That guy is cheaper and bigger than Eldrazi Displacer. Or Thought-Knot Seer, I should say. Let's play another Displacer. It would be really nice to draw another Plains at this point. We're going to be taking 4, but I'm okay with that right now. We could double block, which wouldn't be terrible. We'd trade up. That is 3 green pips that we'd be eliminating. I think double blocking is the right choice here. 1, 2, 3. He can activate Nykthos for the benefit of 1 extra green mana. That's a lot of green. Holy cow. Primal Command. Oh, don't do that to me. What did he choose? Put the land on top of my library. Oh, and shuffle my library. Okay, I see. Okay. So he's just like trying to totally get rid of that land, which is respectable. Swamp, Plains, something. No! Well, that's not good. I don't know how good Thalia is in this matchup, knowing that he's just got an abundance of mana. I think on the play, it might be okay versus like if he's going to try to go like Utopia Sprawl and things like that, but not the most ideal thing. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting Primal Commanded again. Primal Commanded straight out of this game. This one's just about over. To be fair, I did Ghost Quarter his land, so I kind of started this. And oh, search for a creature this time. So he's putting that land on top of my library and searching for a creature. What's he getting? Eternal Witness, so you can do it again. Yeah, that makes sense. Attack. So I've got to play the Shambling Vent. It's tempting not to, so he doesn't do it again, but you have to play it. Otherwise, there's something much worse, I'm sure. Eventually, there's a Tooth and Nail involved, but I'd like to see where this is going at least before I concede. Perhaps the plan is just to Primal Command my land every turn, get an Eternal Witness until he's got 4 Eternal Witnesses, nick those for big mana, and play Emrakul. He's got 8 now off that Devotion. So he can play the Eternal Witness that he finds and put my land on top of my library. In which case, next turn he's going to have 10, 11, 12, 13 mana at his disposal. It's an interesting deck, at least. Certainly not very fun to play against, but interesting. I'm not a big fan of playing tapped Shambling Vents every turn and passing go. Alright, yeah, I'll double block that. I think he's got Mutagen and Growth. That would be a surprise. Oh, I drew Shambling Vent. Go figure. I don't know why he chose that point to attack. Apparently he feels like he's got enough mana at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 he can generate with Utopia Sprawl. Does have enough to Tooth and Nail now with Entwine. Maybe that's not his plan. I don't know. Arbor Elf, okay. There's one more E-Witness in there. Alright, dude, let's see it. Oh, Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay. Is that enough to kill me? It's equal to the number of creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's enough to kill me. Okay, I'll concede at that. Alright, so. This deck is weird. Not really sure what to do against this one. Mirran Crusader is pretty good against it, considering it's all mono green. Mirran Crusader would beat the crap out of it. Aven Mindcensor and Leonin Arbiter and company stop the Primal Commanding pretty well. I don't know if that's really the centerpiece of the deck, but I'm sure there's lots of tutoring. Pithing Needle will stop Arbor Elf. Can I name a land? Now, I think that Let's see, does Pithing Needle work against Nykthos? I wonder how Nykthos is worded. I think it does, but I'm not really sure. Orzhov Pontiff will kill all the elves and all the Eternal Witnesses. Fatal Push will kill an elf. I'm going to cut the Thalias. They're no good. And I don't need the Aether Vials either. Or do I? Yeah, I don't think I want Aether Vial. Maybe I want some. Maybe I keep 2. Anguished Unmaking seems okay. I think I maybe want to keep put an Anguished Unmaking in there. Wasteland Strangler is good. Aven Mindcensor. Eldrazi Displacer. I don't know. This is so strange. I'm not really sure how to compete with this deck. I'm on the play. I don't want Path. But I need Path. Perhaps this is good. I think this is what we do. We'll go with that. That's a lot of 3-drops. Hopefully that works. Dark Confidant is bound to deal me a lot of damage, but I feel like if we don't win fast, we're gonna be on the losing end of that one. All right, not a playable hand. Here's a moderately playable hand. We've got Aether Vial, we've got Dark Confidant. Yeah, that's keepable. Displacer on top. I don't think we want another Displacer. I'd rather have some removal, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. He's mulled to 6. This isn't terrible. Okay, so let's play the Aether Vial and pass. He's a Tidehollow Sculler. Okay. Aven Mindcensor doesn't suck. Orzhov Pontiff looks pretty good right now too, knowing that we're bound to see some creatures come out here pretty soon. Though he probably would have played it already if he had it. Arbor Elf, that is. Oath of Nissa wasn't something I was really prepared for. That's an interesting way to have a card that digs, but also increases your devotion count. And he did find a Nykthos with that, so that's pretty important. Okay, we're gonna put this on first. Draw. And then I'm undoubtedly gonna be taking up my Aether Vial because I don't have any 1-drops. Some of these decks play Thraben Inspector, which I like a lot. Oh, Aether Vial is good. Okay, cool. Draw for turn. Okay. Awesome. So this looks pretty good. So I don't have any 2-drops. So aside from that, we're doing okay. Aven Mindcensor might be good if he's got some kind of like tutoring going on. Ghost Quarter will deal with his Nykthos pretty well, and Eldrazi Displacer doesn't suck just to have a good beater right now. So there are a lot of things I can do with this hand. I think that I want to get the Eldrazi Displacer in play and then just hold for Ghost Quarter next turn because his devotion count's not super high right now, and I don't think you can increase it to the point where it's really like potent at this point. So let's play Displacer now, and then pass. Oops, I need white mana for that. Oops. Ow. Okay. Because we do need to get aggressive. Fortunately, he does provide that for us. If only I had Leonin Arbiter. Courser of Krufix. Interesting. All right. Wasteland Strangler. Okay. Yes, we're going to take that up. Ah, an Eldrazi Temple. Good. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Does this work? We can blink. Oops. And attack. And we do have an Aether Vial that is quite live right now. For whatever shenanigans we might want to do with that. Now, hoping we can draw another land next turn. All right, let's see here. We've got a Utopia Sprawl coming down. I don't know that I really want to Ghost Quarter that, because that gives him a possibility to shuffle his library, potentially get another land off the top. He's going to gain a life from it. He does have an Arbor Elf on top of his deck. This is okay. Let's just let him have it. It's chosen color green. Okay. Is that another Courser of Krufix? Interesting. Okay. Oh no, that was a trigger from Courser. Okay, from the Nykthos. Got it. Polukranos. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, what do we do against Polukranos? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can do 11 to him next turn. All right, well, let's flash in Aven Mindcensor. And let's Ghost Quarter the Nykthos. And maybe he won't find anything. Oh, he did. Bummer. Alright, come on. Give me some removal, bud. Dark Confidant. And let's see. Do we want to take this up? I think the answer is no, because we want to keep it on 3. We've got more on 3 to do. So we're going to keep it on 3. Concealed Courtyard. Okay, so we can go and we can Thought-Knot Seer right now. We can take a card out of his hand, and then we can Wasteland Strangler and surprise that Polukranos and make it and shrink it down so that something else can kill it. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Thought-Knot Seer. Gaia's Revenge. Oh my goodness. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. He can't play that. He can't play Cryptic Primal Command though. So we'll get that. And let's get in there with everything we've got. Let's see. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to get in there with Dark Confidant too? I think maybe just these two guys. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Polukranos can grow +2/+2. He's going to get bigger next turn. If we attack with everything, he's likely to block both of my creatures. If we attack with just one, he's likely to only block with the Courser. So this way, we're sure to kill the Polukranos, which I think is what we definitely want to do right now. So we're okay pitching a Bob to that. It's possible that he just might take the damage too. In which case, shrinking the Polukranos before the fight happens is another possibility. Deals X damage because it is fight, right? X damage right as you choose, where X is its power. Yeah, so that would be kind of cool. So in response to the monster's trigger. Okay, alright, so that's how this is going to work. He's calling my bluff. Good. Sadly, Bob had to go as a result of that, but we'll miss him. Oh boy, Garruk Wildspeaker. We don't want that coming out. Alright, there is an Acidic Slime. That's not the greatest thing for me to blink with Eldrazi Displacer, knowing that it is going to be eating my lands when he does. But what I can do is I can be blinking my Orzhov Pontiff over and over again to shrink it to death. 1, 2, 3. So I need another land. Please? There it is. Alright, cool. Lucked out on that one. Alright, so black, white, and colorless for Pontiff. Creatures I don't control get -1/-1. And 1, 2, 3. Displacer, blink that guy. Cool. Creatures I don't control get -1/-1. That was a perfect draw. And it happens to be a Ghost Quarter at that. So we are going to get in there with everybody. Alright, he's at 2. There's not a lot he can do here. I do have an Aven Mindcensor that can fly for 2. What do I know that he has in his hand? Oh, he's got a Guy's Revenge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not going to do it. I am at 10. Or is it going to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He could have killed me. Couldn't he have killed me? 8, 9, 10. I think that would have worked. He could have played a land from the top of his library, and Guy's Revenge plus Corsair Crufix would have done 10 damage. Was I miscounting that? I totally forgot about that Guy's Revenge. Wow. Okay. I'll take that one. All right, cool. So for game 3, I guess, what do I need to change up? I think I like it how it is. The Pontiff was pretty good there. Maybe Zealous Persecution is a better fit. I don't know. I think that the Pontiff is important because of the fact that you can blink it. Path to Exile is probably pretty good. Now, I'm wondering about Guy's Revenge, if it can be targeted. I can't remember the text on that card exactly. Well, let's go with this. I think I'm just going to hope for the best with this. Yeah, I think he just forgot I was at 10 life, and I was just straight up killable there. He was just planning on how he could get out of that situation and not be killed by me, but wasn't really thinking about how he could be aggressive and attack me to death. So yeah, that was a thing. This is a good hand, so I'm gonna keep this. Turn 1, Shambling Vent. Turn 2, I've got options for Tidehollow Sculler or Leonin Arbiter, and then I've got Ghost Quarter on turn 3. So that's good news. Be better on the play. But you can't have everything. Alright. Arbor Elf. Let's see a Fatal Push. No. Ugh, it does have Utopia Sprawl. Seal of Primordium. Okay. I think I'm going to have to just kill that forest right away, unfortunately. Alright, you know what? He's only got 3 cards in hand. I think I can get away with the Tidehollow Sculler here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 mana. Ugh. Prime time needs to go. Genesis Wave needs to go too, for that matter. 1, 2, 3. Do that for 3. Yeah, we'll take prime time. Yeah, turn 3 prime time is no good. Oh, Seal of Primordium. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. That's an artifact. Oh, that's a big misplay on my part. That's miserable. Well, I think that'll do it, folks. Not much you can do against Primetime that early. Unless I draw a Path to Exile next turn. Man, Leonin Arbiter would be good, though. Oh, Scout. She's upset about this whole situation. Path? Hey? That's not a path. Oh, boy. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to play this guy. We're going to try at least. And we are going to... I think we're going to have to get this Utopia Sprawl because it's worth 3 mana. And even though we're afraid of this Kessling Wolf run, we're more afraid of just the sheer amounts of mana that he's got. So we're going to kill that. Okay, don't forget to pay the 2 so you can search, bud. Whoops. Oh, you did it. Okay. Yeah, like I said, you do have to remember to pay the 2 for Leonin Arbiter. I think I made that mistake on my own Arbiter today. Needing to do it first before you are asked to search, because it doesn't have the courtesy to say, oh, do you want to pay, by the way? It just says, no, you missed your opportunity. Path? That's a Wasteland Strangler. And that will not do it. In fact, there's not even anything exiled, so there's not much that we can really do at this point. Primal Command on top of the library. We are done for. Sad day. Alright. Good game. Thanks for watching. Card Knock Live Plays. Definitely a weird deck. I'm not really sure how we best combat that one. I haven't really played a whole lot of this mono green devotion strategy, but when it rains it pours with this one. I know that the deck beats itself a lot because it plays a lot of dumb cards like Utopia Sprawl, and I'm sure you can draw hands where it's just lots of Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl. It does have that inevitability though of drawing something crazy like Prime Time and just going off. But for us, if it stumbles, we can set up. Obviously there was no stumbling going on here, and I made the misplay. I should not have played the Tidehollow Sculler. I totally forgot he was an artifact and could be blown up by the Sealed Primordium. The better play would be to either Ghost Quarter his land or play the Leonin Arbiter right away. So I screwed that up, but merely not having any removal spell in this hand or this game hurt quite a bit. And him going Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl was also pretty backbreaking. So there you go, 2-3 on this league. Thanks for watching. It's a fun deck to play. I think it's got some really good positions in the meta. We didn't get to see any Grixis this time around, any Death Shadow for that matter. So we didn't get to see how that match pans out, but I do think it is really well positioned against it. And Grixis is about 12% of the meta right now. So if 1 in 10 games you are favored heavily in, I think whatever we can do to increase the odds for the remainder of them. Affinity being a big matchup, I probably am going to want some more Stony Silence and things in my sideboard for those matchups. Like I said, I got only 2 instead of 4, and I think it's probably right to go more like on the full 4 plan. So there you go. Thank you.